Okay, Drone Pool here. I'm just going to give you a quick update on my Hubsan Zino disconnection issues. I'm not going to hash over everything that I did the other night or in the other video about what all I went through. If you're having disconnection issues, watch that other video that I put up to see if maybe you've been experiencing some of the same things. So basically 2 flights full of disconnection issues to where you couldn't even really fly it. But there was one thing that kind of stood out to me. The second time I took it out to fly, I went to the middle of the backyard, most wide open area I had, and I kept getting this prompt on the app that I didn't get the first time, and that was device not properly connected to controller. Okay, that kept popping up and popping up and popping up, and I was thinking, well, really, what's connecting the device to the controller other than this? So I was using my Samsung S9, and it's a Type-C connector. Well, I don't have any other on-the-go cables with the Type-C, but I did have this other USB to USB that came in the box, and I have another cell phone, although it's about 3 years old. I thought, well, hopefully this phone's not too old to run the app. So I downloaded the app. Took the drone out. I went to the exact same spot where I couldn't even get a connection last time. Connected, powered on I made sure the Wi-Fi was off on the phone. Fired up the bird. Fired up the transmitter. Everything was booted up. I plugged in the phone. The app came right up. And I had plenty of satellites. I connected everything just fine, you know. Everything went nice. No issues whatsoever. So I start flying a little bit, and I'm really just kind of hovering, moving around a little bit. I'm more testing and watching the drone than actually wanting to go fly and do something, because I'm still nervous at this point. And so I brought it back down and landed it, and this is where I had a lot of issues with disconnects. Was low to the ground, or after I landed it would disconnect and I couldn't get it to connect again to relaunch without shutting everything down. It was just a hassle. So I brought it down, it stayed connected, I went back up, I did that 3 or 4 times, no issues whatsoever. The only thing is, this phone is so old I couldn't record the screen, something about overlay, and I didn't want to take the time to mess with it. This phone would not pass GPS accuracy test, but it flew with no issues, no disconnects whatsoever. Then I was thinking, man, I really need to get me a new cable for the Type-C for my new phone, which I am getting one. My friend John is sending me his because he uses iPhone, so he's sending me his Type-C cable for his Zino. But then I thought of something, and you're probably not going to be able to tell, but I've got this little connector right here. It's USB in to Type-C out. I plugged it into the end of the USB controller. I thought, well, I'm going to see if that, I know this isn't ideal because it's just another connection you got to deal with, but I'll give it a try for a test run anyhow. Okay, so I went out to the job site where I'm working at now, got everything set up, powered on the bird, transmitter, phone, made sure the Wi-Fi was off, plugged this into the new phone, my S9, connected right up, no issues. Flying around, come back down, land, no issues. 3 or 4 times, no disconnects whatsoever. So that leads me to believe it's just a bad cable. And if you go back and look at my last video, I made a statement this probably isn't going to be exact, but I made something very close to this, that a lot of these issues are simple fixes. It's just the hard part is figuring out what it is, diagnosing it. And in this case, I'm thinking it's just a bad cable. That was my issue. So I don't know. This cable, disconnection all the time. This cable, no disconnects whatsoever on either phone. Like I said, I know this isn't ideal, but it'll hold me over for now. So things are looking up. Yeah, so I'm kind of happy about that. I don't want to proclaim that this is for sure the issue until I have several more flights and make sure. As of right now, I feel comfortable that's probably it. So we'll see as time goes on. One thing I did notice, and any of you Zino flyers out there want to comment on this, I'd appreciate it. I noticed today when I was flying and I was just hovering and I'd give it some yaw and I'd let off the sticks, it would still want to yaw very, very slowly. It seems like it would do that at the beginning of the flight and then it would settle down towards the end, so I don't know. I did do a stick calibration right before that flight too, so I did that. I may go do another gimbal calibration, see if that helps anything. Other than that, I'm just kind of anxious to get out and fly it some more and make sure everything's okay. I'm thinking positive that yeah, that was the issue, and I may even invest in a upgraded cable. So here's a little bit. I know a lot of people are interested in the camera that don't have the Zino, so this is for all the Zino interested parties that are thinking about the Zino. Here's just a little bit of footage from the camera, and this is in 2.7K. This is not in 4K because I didn't have a card at the time I shot this video. And then when I was struggling trying to record last time, I set it to 720 and didn't set it back. So here's some 2.7K video from the very first time I got it in the air, mind you, before all the crap happened. So, alright, that's kind of all I wanted to share real quick and just let you know I'm making progress. Once my cable comes from John, I'll fly with that. And I may order another cable that's an upgraded cable, better than the Zino cables that they come with. So, alright, so far, so good. Yeah, appreciate it. Joan Poole, signing out.